how hard did you work this week? I want you to think about how hard did you work this week and how old are you? This man is 78 years old. He probably outworked every single American this week.
That, my friends, is Patrick Bet You Don't Know Shit David. But I'm going to get back to him in a fucking minute. You know what? I want to see the stickers. I want to see all of those silly ass stickers that I saw when Biden was elected at the gas pump. The one with him pointing, I did that. Okay? I want to see them, and I want to see them in grocery stores. And here's why.
The new inflation report is out and worse than expected. Prices rose 0.5% last month, up 3% from last January. The Federal Reserve has been working to get inflation down to 2%. ABC's business reporter Alexis Christophorous here to break it all down. So, Alexis, what's your big takeaway here?
The takeaway is this is a disappointing report, Diane. Inflation now at 3% year over year moves us further away from the Fed's 2% target. And when you dig into that report, prices were higher for nearly every category. And I'm talking about the categories that really count day to day for consumers, like rent, food, gasoline, all of those prices higher. Used cars, car insurance. There were only a couple of areas where we saw prices dip a little bit. That was home furnishings, apparel, and personal care products. And I specifically looked at egg prices because we're all dealing with egg shortages and higher egg prices. They're up over 15% since last January. And now a dozen eggs going for $4.95. That's about twice where they were just a year ago. So consumers continuing to struggle with these higher prices that economists call sticky. It means they're just sticking in places and we can't seem to bring those prices down.
So that's it. That's it right there. I need to see the same energy and motivation with the silly ass stickers that you didn't have enough money to put gas in your car because gas was so fucking expensive, but you had money to buy silly ass bumper stickers and fucking stickers just to stick on random gas pumps. You got money to buy these silly ass trash flea market trinkets that Donald Trump sell on his fucking website. You got money to buy these bullshit sneakers. It's all good. Show me the stickers. I need to see the stickers. I'm sorry. Stickers, Snickers is all the same. It's all bullshit anyway. So listen, here's the deal. But that's not what I'm here to talk about right now. Right now, I want to talk about that fucking nut butter, Elon Musk.
Back with FX, we'd have to, if you sorry. So tell you, gravitas can be difficult sometimes. If there's not a good feedback loop from the people to the government, and if you have rule of the bureaucrat, if the bureaucracy is in charge, and then what meaning does democracy actually have? If the people cannot vote and have their will be decided by their elected representatives in the form of the president and the Senate and the House, then we don't live in a democracy, we live in a bureaucracy. So it's incredibly important that we close that feedback loop, we fix that feedback loop, and that the public's elected representatives, the president, the House, and the Senate, decide what happens, as opposed to a large unelected bureaucracy.
Unelected bureaucrat. Unelected. Who voted for you? I did not fucking vote for you. I don't know anyone who did. And if you know this man's history, you will understand why this is bad.
So your
detractors, Mr. Musk.
I have to what?
Including a lot of Democrats.
I have detractors?
You do, sir.
I don't believe it.
Say that you're orchestrating a hostile takeover of government and doing it in a non-transparent way. What's your response to that criticism?
Well, first of all, you couldn't ask for a stronger mandate from the public. The public voted. We have a majority of the public voting for President Trump. We won the House, we won the Senate. The people voted for major government reform. There should be no doubt about that. That was on the campaign. The president spoke about that at every rally. The people voted for major government reform, and that's what people are going to get. They're going to get what they voted for. And a lot of times, people that don't get what they voted for, But in this presidency, they are going to get what they voted for. And that's what democracy is all about.
Mr. Musk,
Then be transparent. Show us. Show us your financials. Show us how much are you getting paid, richest man in the world, to run a non-existent branch of government with your little minions, them little ass boys that run behind you. How much do you guys get paid? That would be transparency. I want to know how much of my tax dollars are going to Doge. Or maybe you might tell us, since you're the richest man in the world, you're not taking a salary and you're paying your employees. However, I doubt that be the case. But, I mean, since you're the most transparent arm of the government since the invention of government, according to you, Elon Musk, show us. We want to see. We want to see how efficiently you're spending our tax dollars. What's your salary, man? Just want to know. But, you know, I know what your problem is. I know what Elon's problem is. Okay? Elon's problem is with South Africa. And this is a personal agenda. Do you guys remember that executive order Donald Trump signed?
President Donald Trump has signed an executive order freezing financial aid to South Africa, escalating tensions between the two nations. Donald Trump claims that this move is in response to South Africa's new land law that allows for land seizures without compensation in certain cases, and also its international court case accusing Israel of genocide.
Now, to make any of this make sense, you have to take a look at apartheid and how it affected South Africa and who benefited from apartheid, okay? And how did apartheid get to South Africa, all right? So, Dutch colonialism brought apartheid to South Africa, okay? And it was based on, apartheid itself means apartness or separateness. It was based on the idea that blacks were somehow developmentally slower than white Europeans, okay? So these blacks who had been in South Africa all their life and owned the land and settled, actually settled land, you know, like our out west settlers went out and settled land. They took it and it was theirs, right? Now, we had our own issues there, but it was nothing like this in South Africa during apartheid, okay? So the Dutch colonialists show up and they say, hey, black South Africans, you guys aren't developing fast enough. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna round you up and we're gonna give you land. We're gonna put you on what they call reservations, okay? Because you are allowed to develop, you're allowed to have something, but we know intellectually you can't develop as fast as we can, okay? So, in essence, they took the land from black South Africans.
In 1913, the government passed the Natives Land Act, limiting black African land ownership to 7% and restricting them from buying or occupying land except as employees of a white master.
So now, enter Ronald Reagan, 1986. The Comprehensive Anti-Apartheid Act of 1986 was established by U.S. Congress, and it was meant to impose sanctions on South African apartheid government. Under this new bill and these sanctions imposed by America, aid groups were allowed to enter into South Africa. Okay, and before that, it's a little bit complicated, it's a little bit nuanced, but before that, none of these things were allowed. But with the sanctions, South Africa had to agree to certain things to have the sanction eased, lifted, or not imposed at all. One of the things were aid organizations coming into the country, helping out with education, HIV education, medicine, women's health, all of the things that helps a society function normally, right? Bringing food, farm aid, all of those things. But in addition to that, USAID, USAID taught regular citizens how to organize, how to protest. It taught them the importance of having a voice, which eventually led to the end of apartheid. So USAID and Ronald Reagan in the Anti-Apartheid Act of 1986 played a big role in ending apartheid in South Africa, which is clearly a sore spot for Elon Musk, because under the apartheid system, the Musk family built a fortune off cheap labor, off forced segregation, off of all of the things that we hear in his words today.
U.S. President Donald Trump's offer to take in white South Africans as refugees fleeing persecution may not spur quite the rush he anticipated. An executive order he signed on Friday provided for resettlement in the U.S. of, quote, Afrikaners in South Africa who are victims of unjust racial discrimination as refugees. Afrikaners are mostly white South African descendants of Dutch and French settlers, some tracing back their roots in the country to the 17th century. But it's not clear they want to flee the place they've called home for hundreds of years.
Yeah, why would you want to go? There hasn't been any really bad taking over of land. The people are carrying on like normal. And, what are you going to do over there?
That was the response from Neville van der Merwe, a white 78-year-old pensioner living in Cape Town. And he had this to say about Trump cutting off aid to his country.
We all know how Mr. Trump behaves, so it's not, why should they do that? It is being spiteful.
Trump is pushing back against a law signed last month by President Cyril Ramaphosa, aimed at addressing the country's unequal land ownership. White South Africans make up less than a tenth of the country's population, but a legacy of the racist apartheid government left 3/4 of privately owned land in the hands of the white minority, after 3.5 million black people were forced from their homes. The new law makes it easier for the state to expropriate land for what it says is the public interest.
And we will not be bullied.
No. Trump is not being spiteful. Elon Musk is being spiteful. Therefore, pulling the strings that are attached to Donald Trump. Okay? Musk is being spiteful. If you guys cannot see that there is a clear connection on the executive order, USAID, Elon Musk, and South Africa, then I don't know what else to tell you, right? This is not assumption. This is not speculation. Workers' union under apartheid Africa, worker unions were illegal. Guess what? Elon Musk does not like workers' unions, right? Safe work environment, EEOC. Musk is not for either. Musk is not for EEOC. Guess what? Workers' rights, safe work environment was illegal under apartheid. This man is bringing an apartheid-style life of government to here and implement it. Am I telling you this America's going to turn into something as bad? No. But can I tell you that I think EEOC is good? Yes. I think anybody, black, white, man, or woman, should be able to voice a legitimate complaint about a thing in the workplace. Anybody, black, white, woman, man, whatever. You are entitled to a safe workplace and you're entitled to your complaint being heard. Period, point blank. Unions, am I for unions? Yeah. I've never been in one. I know there's some pros, I know there's some cons, but let's put it on the table. Civil Rights Department of the DOJ is shut down. Guess what was illegal under apartheid? Civil rights. So are we not seeing a pattern? Am I the only one seeing a pattern? I don't understand. Now, if you made it this far, all I ask is that you click like and subscribe. I got more videos coming. I got more reels coming. I am loyal to my 200 followers. I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate everybody that spends a minute of their time listening to me ramble about this clown show, this shit show called the Trump administration. The cabinet of DEI hires. I got something for Pete Hegseth, prior military, I got it. I got something for Crooked Eye Cash Patel, Goofy, got it. I got something for his IRS guy. Kenny Rogers, the gambler, yes, got it. Linda McMahon, WWE, got it. This is a freaking clown show from top to bottom, right? And I know in the beginning I said I was going to do something, say something about Patrick Bet You Don't Know Shit David. Huh? What? I don't have a lot of time. I mean, I could talk about him for hours. But since I promised you something, I'm going to leave you with this, and I'll pick up on it. I'll do a video just about him. Patrick Bet You Don't Know Shit David, an Iranian immigrant that came to this country, right? Served in the military. Don't give a fuck. Don't mean shit to me. So did I. Hello. Okay? Made his money on a multi-level marketing company, MLM. And if you know what that is, you know what it is. And if you don't know what it is, look up multi-level marketing. Why is it bad? Just Google that. Just throw that shit in Google and see what happens. Okay? That's him. And then he made all this money running an MLM scheme. Then he starts selling himself as the business guru. Let me tell you how to make money. And then this Iranian immigrant got the balls, the nerve to sit down in front of one of my brothers and say, black people should just fix it. The black community should just fix our problems. You got a problem, just fix it. Don't worry about it, fix it. You mean fix it like your mom and daddy did when they left Iran? Because they wasn't happy with the governing body of your home country? You mean fix it like that? Fix it like a coward and scoop up our shit and run off? No, I'm not a coward. Okay? You mean fix it like the Muslim women over there that's getting hung, beat, burned, locked in jail because they're trying to go around and not wear a hijab? You mean fix it like that? Why don't you show me how to fix it? Patrick, bet you don't know shit, David. Why don't you get all your money, get all your nice suits, right? Have your daddy, Donald Trump, assign you a fucking ambassador, load up on a plane, and fly over there to Iran and fix it. Then when you come back, you know you ain't coming, right? But when you come back, let's just pretend it works. When you come back, you can show the black community how to fix their problems. Because let me tell you something, immigrant. Patrick Bet You Don't Know Shit David. You don't have a fucking clue. You are so far up Trump's ass till you could kiss the back of his teeth. I have no problem dealing with you intellectually, whatever, however you want to look at this. Patrick Bet You Don't Know Shit David. Like I said, I'm gonna do a whole video on this fucking clown because I get agitated when I think about it. I get agitated when I hear his fucking Iranian voice. Oh, he's in the military. So, who gives a shit? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Black community, you should just fix it. How? Tell me how to fix it. You can't tell me how to fix it because your mama couldn't tell you how to fix shit in your country. Fuck you. Fuck you. Click like and subscribe. Have a great day.